many of you have taken personality surveys before. I do it in colors. It all boils down to 4 personality types, which really turn into 8, because everybody has a core personality, a primary, and then you have a backup, a secondary. So how many of you scored highest in the red column? Raise your hand. Okay, lots of reds. If you are red, your backup, your second highest column will be either yellow or blue. Everybody there? So you're either red, yellow, or blue. You won't be red-green, okay? Because greens and reds are the exact opposite of one another, okay? So if you scored red-green, that's okay. It just means you have picked up some learned behavior. You either have learned green traits or you have learned red traits. And by the end, you'll have a pretty good idea of what you are. How many scored highest in red? Or sorry, yellow. All my yellows. Okay, your backup, your second highest scoring column will be either green or red. Did you get that? So you're yellow-green or you're yellow-red. Everybody's got 2. You won't be yellow-blue, because blue is yellow's exact opposite. Again, if you scored highest in yellow and second to blue, it's because you have learned to be organized. You have learned some blue traits. How many scored highest in blue? Highest in blue, okay? Your backup will either be green or it will be red, all right? But you won't be blue-yellow. And again, if you did, it's because you have learned some yellow traits. Okay, green personalities. How many of you scored highest in green? Your backup is going to be yellow or it will be blue. So you're green-yellow or you're green-blue. Those are the combinations. Got it? Okay, now, yellows and reds, these are the extroverts of the personality types. They're the extroverts. Greens and blues are the introverts. All that means is not that one is better than the other. There's not one personality that's better than the other. Okay, they're all even. They're all awesome. All the personality traits have their strengths and have their weaknesses, have their positives and their negatives. I believe Jesus was a little bit of everything. And of course, you know, after one of the service, a red personality man said to me, well, Jesus was red. And of course a red would say that, because reds are the best. So they think. And I said, yes, he was. He was very intense. And he was also blue. He was a teacher. And he was also green. He was a peacemaker. And he was also yellow. He was a lot of fun and with a good sense of humor. Counted all joy, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, well, all right. I just thought that was so funny. You'll get that more after I talk about the reds. All right, so he's a little bit of everything. All of us have a little bit of each of these personalities in us. The one that is your core, I believe, is one you were gifted with. God birthed you with that personality, and then it gets developed depending on who we're trained by, who we're raised by, who our caretakers are. Again, our education environment, all that stuff comes into play. I don't think you were born with a personality and then it switched at 20, okay? I think maybe it was developed as you get to know who you are in God more and more, as you become more mature, as you become more confident in who you are, your personality develops, okay? So you start walking in your core even stronger than maybe you used to, all right? This whole thing is just about learning how to connect with people. Because how many of you know some people irritate us? Some people are just annoying, right? And then there's other people that we just love. We just automatically connect with them when we meet them, right? Why is that? It has a lot to do with personality types. So if we can acknowledge the differences in one another, and if then not to even just acknowledge, but if we can accept the differences, because we can't change anybody, we can only change ourselves. You don't have the power to change anybody. And then not just accept, but actually appreciate the differences. Appreciate others' gifts. I mean, we're all so unique and different. If we were all the same, we'd be so bored. Life would be so boring, right? So this isn't about changing other people. It's about using your gifts to cover them in their weaknesses, because we all have them, right? All right, so I'm going to start with the yellows, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you the characteristics of each personality group. So yellows, let me see you again. Where are you? Okay, a little scattered abroad. Okay, good. I like to always start with the yellows because they have the shortest attention span. Yeah. And usually I make them sit up really close to the front so I can keep them with me. Yeah, they get bored fast. And after I'm done talking about them, they'll be like, okay, is it time to go? No, yellows, it's not time to go when I'm done with you. because you got to hear about your backup, okay? So these are the exhorters, the encouragers. Okay, these are happy people. They're people. They're hope givers. They like to have fun. They have the gift of hospitality. They like entertaining and having people over. They're the evangelists. Those are some of the spiritual gifts. They're influencers. They're great networkers. They love connecting people. Oh, you're good at that. You would like this, and let me tell you about their business, and you could probably buy from them. I mean, really good at networking. Get them excited about something, and they will tell everybody about it. Okay? Their core need is recognition and relationship. They like to be noticed. Yeah, yellows are like the life of the party. They like to dress, they like to do their hair, their makeup, accessorize, they like to shop. They like being noticed. They like being recognized. Give yellows a little praise and they will follow you anywhere. Okay? They're all about relationship. They're all about people. The question that a yellow asks is who? Who's going to be there? Who's it about? They're people. They are motivated by fun. To get the most out of a yellow, make it fun. If it's not fun, they're not going to last long. Okay? It's got to be fun. They've got to be having fun. That's what I love about Christianity. If it was not fun, I could not have been a Christian for 40 years. To me, it's a blast. It's so much fun. There's so much good in it. The body language of a yellow, lots of movement. They talk with their hands. They move a lot. They're bubbly, bouncy people. When they go to meet you, they'll shake your hand and they'll hold on to your hand. And they'll keep shaking. They might hug you, pull you in close. Touchy people. The language they talk in is they're storytellers. They use word pictures to communicate. They love to talk. Did I mention that they love to talk? They will talk until they think of something to say. Yeah. Oh, and I was supposed to say hi to Scottsdale people. Hi, Scottsdale. We didn't forget about you. I forgot about your last service, sorry, but not this service. The question I told you the question, it's all about who. The style that you will see a yellow dress in is they like trendy. They like keeping up with the times. They want to be hip. What's the newest fad? They want to be in style. They like bright, they like bling, they like sparkle. You'll see them in florals and prints. Blues, total opposite. Okay, they look at yellows and they go, that's so stupid. Yeah. Which yellows have a tendency to be a little intimidated by blues. And the other thing that yellows do is because they like to talk so much, they have a tendency to interrupt and finish your sentence, which makes them a little bit annoying, I have to say. Especially women, yellow women are really good at that. Men hate being interrupted, ladies. Okay, just a little, that was just for free. So for yellow personalities, life is a stage and they are the main attraction. Like, isn't everybody interested in me? Doesn't everybody want to notice me and see me? And be a part of me? Like, they just, of course, because I'm special. That's how they see themselves. Modern day yellow personalities are the people, the funny people, the comedians, the Jimmy Kimmels, the Ellen, Melissa McCarthy, Cameron Diaz, those kind of people. The excuse that they use for sin when a yellow makes a mistake or misses the mark is, but everybody does that. Everybody gossips a little bit. Come on, I'm in good company. Yeah. They have a way of just kind of justifying it. The most common struggle for a yellow personality is fear of rejection. They do not want to be rejected. They don't like it. Can we say hashtag FOMO, fear of missing out? Their worst nightmare is not being invited to the party. They don't want to be left out of anything. They got to be where it's happening. They're on the inside of everything. They make really good team players. They have strong people skills. They always like working on a team. They need to have a partner. These are the eternal optimists, where their opposites, blues, have a tendency to be a tad pessimistic, where yellows will see the glass half full, blues will see the glass half empty. And I don't want to say label you as a pessimist. I would say you are critical thinkers, blues. You are critical thinkers, okay? They analyze everything before they make a decision. Yellows are carefree, they're spontaneous, a little unorganized, but it's just part of their charm, all right? Blue personalities. Nobody is more accurate, more efficient, or timely as the blues. The blues are pretty close to perfect. They are. These are the teachers. They have spiritual gift of teaching. They are motivated to explain truth. They can't help it. They give you all the detail of all their research. They're givers. Dion, are you blue? Do you have blue in you? Yeah, green blue. Did you hear what she said? How she met the needs with finances. Like that little story that she told, because she's compelled to do that. We can't just pray for them and send them off. We got to meet their need. Blues like investing in the kingdom of God, and they like meeting needs with finances. They're the administrators. They're organized. They like putting things in order. They have a keen sense of discernment. Yes, blues can spot a phony a mile away. In fact, right now, they're already sizing me up. And they're like, who is she again? Where did she come from? Does she have a degree? Who is she to be exposing all my business to all these people? Because blues are kind of private, where yellows are like, talk about me, talk about me. Blues are like, mind your business. Okay? On Facebook, yellows have 4,000 friends. Someone requests them to be a friend, and they're like, oh, I don't know who that person is, but they're requesting me. Oh, wait, do we have any mutual friends? No? Confirm. Because they want to be my friend. I would never reject somebody that requests me. Blues are like, no, yellows post all kinds of pictures of themselves, like selfies and all the fun they're having for all the world to see. Blues post pictures of their trip to the zoo in sequence, and they put it on friends only setting. All 3 of their friends get to see it. Yeah, they don't trust real easy. So they're kind of wondering about me. Who did you bring in here? And yellows are like, we don't care, we just like her orange dress. And reds are, can you hurry up and talk about us now? Because you're making us wait. And greens are like, oh, this is so fun. This is entertaining me. Take your time. All right. A blues core need is respect. They need respect. Respect me, respect my space, respect my stuff. You don't ever take something from a blue without asking permission. Okay? They're a little bit territorial. And you don't go in for a hug unless you're invited in. So blues are more like, a handshake, keep your distance straight. They kind of stiff arm you. Don't get too close. You don't need to touch me. This, mind your business. Just step away from the glass. Their body language is more that they don't move as much as a yellow. They have good posture, really good hygiene. Every hair is in place. Everything is ironed. The style they like to wear is more tailored, classic, straight lines, navy, blue, gray. You might see a red every now and then wear red, but only because their wife probably bought it for them. But because they're just more simple, like what is necessary. You see them in their khakis and their light blue shirt, and they don't veer too much with style. They are motivated by facts and figures. You'll hear them talk about policies, procedures, spreadsheets, deadlines, okay? Their question that they ask is why? Why is it that way? Why does it work that way? Why are you that way? Okay, they need good explanation. To get the most out of a blue, give them good explanations. You'll hear them talk about respect, justice, and fairness. They are rule makers. Reds are rule breakers. And that drives blues crazy. Reds drive blues crazy. Okay? Because they follow the rules. They are list makers, they are scheduled, they play by the rules. If you're playing a game with them, don't try to cheat. Oh no, you go to the end of the line. You don't pass jail, you go to jail. With a blue personality, you follow the rules and do not mess with their plans. They are scheduled people. Where a yellow or a red will call you the day of and say, hey, can you drop everything? Let's go to lunch. Blues are like, what? Today? Oh, no, that is not in my calendar. No, I can pencil you in a week from Friday, from 1 to 1:45. Where yellows, you call a yellow the same day, ask them to go lunch, like, yes! Oh, thank God, get me out of this office. Yes, let's go play. A lot more spontaneous over there. All right. Bible personality that a blue could most relate to is Nehemiah. In one of the other services, I said Thomas, and that one too. But Nehemiah was very independent. He was very organized. He went out and he assessed the situation that he was going to rebuild the walls, and he went by himself. And then he came back and he organized troops to help him rebuild the walls. Thomas is another blue. They call him, skeptical Thomas. Blues do not buy in quickly. Where yellows, you can sell them anything. Blues, no. It's got to be the right price. It's got to be a deal because they don't pay full price for anything. They've got to make sure they're getting the value of the dollar. Everything has to line up with the blue. They just don't buy in. I always think it's so amazing when blue personalities get saved because God doesn't make sense. And so that's a huge step of faith for a blue personality because it's just not always that logical. Christianity, the Bible isn't always that logical, right? That's where faith comes in. So I applaud blues for even being here. I think that is a miracle that you guys got saved, because they are the ones, they do the research. Okay, they have analyzed it. They go to buy a car. They have already done the research. They have read consumer reports. Yellows or reds will walk on a car lot and just go, oh, I like that color, I'll take it. They know nothing about the car. But blues, not blues. Oh no, they're going to get the biggest bang for their buck in everything. Blues are prone to read people as guilty until proven innocent. But once you win them over and they trust you, you will have a friend for life. Very loyal, dependable people. Probably the biggest area that blues struggle in is with perfectionism, which can lead to pride, by the way, because blues just don't blow it. Like, their excuse for sin or missing the mark is they don't ever sin. I told you, they're pretty near perfect. They don't make mistakes, because after all, they've done the research, they've looked it up, they analyzed it, everything's in order. Rarely do they make a mistake. And they are very committed to being right. But when they do, because we all know that not everybody's perfect, they will beat themselves up. They're very hard on themselves because they're just not used to making mistakes. And then they kind of can be hard on other people too, all right? Just part of who they are. Okay, let's move on to reds. Reds are like, finally, gosh, you take so long, you talk so much. Okay, red personalities are bottom liners. That's why I like, hurry up and just get to the point, lady. Okay. I like to call reds radical reds, troublemakers. Yeah, and they're laughing because they know it's true. They're like, ha, ha, ha. They're kind of proud of it, in fact. Yeah, you either love them or you hate them, but you definitely don't ignore them. Reds have a very strong presence. Okay? When they're in a room, you know they're there. They're a very powerful personality. They have the capacity, if they're in a bad mood, they can bring everybody down. But when they're in a good mood, oh my gosh, get ready to have some fun. And they'll bring the whole room up. Very strong personality, which the rest of us are a little intimidated by reds sometimes. And sometimes we don't, reds kind of go misunderstood because they're so strong, they're so confident. And a lot of times their confidence could be mistaken as arrogance. And their intensity could be mistaken as anger. Okay, they're just intense people. And how many of you have blue as your backup, reds? Red, blue, the most intense personality. Okay? Reds are black and white. They're the prophets, they're the visionaries, they're the CEOs, they're the leaders. They have great vision, they have no clue how they're gonna get there, which is why they need blues, because blues will come alongside a red in any case. Here's step 1, here's step 2, and here's step 3. Okay? And then if reds, because they are very motivated by winning, by success, in fact, their core need in life is control and winning. Okay? They're all about that. So they're headed a certain direction, and the blues have got it all mapped out for them, and they see that it's not working, they're gonna shift gears, and blues go crazy. Blues are like, that's not the way we said we were gonna do it. Don't change the plan. But reds, they are not gonna fail. All right? So they are motivated by a good challenge. You tell a red, you can't do that. They're like, watch me. They're motivated by money. Okay? They dress in a dramatic way. They like status symbols. Okay? They like to make a statement. They're into fine cars, fine hotels, fine dining, nice watches, and nice shoes because they're successful and they want everybody to know it. Okay? When you meet a red personality, they have good posture, they come across strong and powerful, a little bit intimidating, they dress well, they shake your hand, they tell you their first and their last name, and if they have any initials after it, they're gonna let you know, because they're important and you need to know who they are. Yeah, and then they find a way to give you their resume or their credentials upon meeting new people for the first time. They'll just find a window to jump in and go, oh, you know what I did? Yeah, I got this degree when I was, 18. And in fact, I have 4 degrees. I mean, they have no problem telling people, which sometimes people think that they're a little arrogant. And it's not really arrogance, they're just so confident. They know who they are, they know what they want, and they know where they're going. Okay? And a lot of the other personalities are like, wow, I'll tell you, get on board with a red, follow a red, you're gonna go somewhere. They're gonna take you somewhere, okay? Reds have a way, they have an ability to see the potential in other people. They will drag you into your potential, kicking and screaming, okay? Let me see. The question that a red asks is what? What's it about? And what are you going to do about it? Spare me the details. When you're talking to reds, talk to them in bullet points. And then if they want details, you can fill those in later on. Bible personality, what do you think? Bible personality for a red's got to be the Apostle Paul. And I'm sure there are others. And if they're a red, yellow, it was probably Peter. But if you think about it, Paul was extreme. When he was a Pharisee, he was the greatest Pharisee of them all. He had a legacy. And then he gets knocked on his bum, and it took knocking him on his bum for him to change. And then he writes 2/3 of the New Testament. He went from, bam, bad boy, to faith preacher guy. Okay? How many of you reds have served some time in jail? Don't answer, don't raise your hand. Okay, I'm just saying. They are the bad boys and the bad women. But then you get them saved, you get them turned around, and man, they make the most awesome Christians, right? Because they are movers and shakers. They are going somewhere. And if they're saved, everybody around them is getting saved. Make no argument about that. Modern day red personality, President Donald Trump, of course. Politically incorrect, they don't care. You love him or you hate him, you can't ignore him. Right? And I've been saying that, teaching this for way before he was ever president. But he is very, very loved, and he is very, very hated by a lot of people. And that's a great example of a red personality. Right? They say what they think. They don't care what you think about what they say. Because they're going to speak their truth. In fact, they are motivated to speak truth. They are brutally honest. They are going to tell you their truth whether you want to hear it or not. They have an opinion about everything. And how many of you know it's their truth, your truth, and the truth? But for red, the only truth that matters is their truth. Like the guy that said to me, Jesus was red. I'm like, well, and? Yes, and? Because reds are the best, right? All right, so in Ephesians, red personalities, it says, number 1, be angry and don't sin. The cool things with reds, if you offend them, they might blow up, the color red, fiery, spicy, okay? They might blow up, but they forgive and forget really quick. They don't hold grudges, not like blues. Blues will hold grudges for 6 months, 5 years, 10 years. And for blue, if you do them wrong, you mess with the blue and you do them wrong, they'll be very, very patient and until the right time comes along, and then they will help you hang yourself. Yeah, they will get back. Just watch out. Okay, let's see. Said that. Reds are very tenacious, very driven. They don't take no for an answer. You tell a red no, and all that says to them is ask it again later. Okay? You tell them no, and they're like, you want to bet? Okay, we'll see about that. They're going to get what they want, and they don't care who they have to walk over to get it. Okay? So being married to a red for 38 years, I had to learn to stand up for myself. Because I'm like, I know you guys, the last service thought that I was red. No, I have learned red behavior because being in leadership and being married to a red, I know the traits well, okay? But I had to stand up for myself, or he was going to walk all over me. Not because he didn't love me, but just he has a strong personality, and his way was the best way. So I had to learn to go toe-to-toe with him, and now I'm really good at it. Yeah, now he actually bows every now and then. He actually submits every now and then. That happens with age, too. You know, women start to become men, men start to become women with age. It's all about hormones. Another teaching. Okay, stay on track. Stay on track. All right. Okay, green personalities. Let's move right on to the greens. The spiritual gifts you will find. Let me see the greens. Where are the greens? Okay. The spiritual gifts you'll find in this section, these are the mercy people. Servers, helpers, pleasers. They just want to serve. They want to make you happy. They want to please you. They're really good at showing empathy. They empathize with people. The other personalities, you may have had to learn empathy. We can sympathize, but I know for me, I'm not that great of an empathizer. And I have learned that from greens. And here's the difference between empathy and sympathy. Sympathy is you see someone fall down, they get in a hole, and you're like, ooh, bummer. I'll be back. I'm going to get you help. Okay? An empathizer will crawl down in the hole with them and sit with them until help comes. That's empathy. I'll hold you and be right here, honey. I'm not going anywhere. That's an empathizer. And that's a really good quality that a lot of us have to learn. The core need for green personalities is peace. Just give me peace. That let there be peace on earth to all mankind. okay? There's a difference, though. They can be peacemakers and peacekeepers, but here's the difference. Peacekeepers will do whatever it takes to keep peace, even if that means choking down your feelings, choking down your thoughts, choking down your opinions. Okay, they'll just suppress it down in order not to make someone mad or not to cause conflict. They hate conflict. They hate that. Where reds have no problem with conflict, they usually cause the conflict. Okay? That is your opposite. Reds and greens are opposite, remember. Peacemakers will do whatever it takes to make peace. And that means if we got to go to war, if we got to fight, we will get peace. They will do whatever it takes. And notice that the Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers. It doesn't say peacekeepers, it says peacemakers. Just something you should notice. Greens are motivated by a cause. They're not motivated by money, they're motivated by a cause. And if they see a good cause, they'll get behind it and they'll want to help you raise money. They will support you in that. They don't care about being on stage. They don't want to be spotlighted. They prefer to go unnoticed. Okay? But they are the behind-the-scenes people. They will help everything run smoothly, the business, the church, the family. They keep all the photo albums in order. They're very family-oriented people. The body language for a green personality is very little movement, slow, kind of a sway, easygoing. When you hear them talk, they'll talk like this. Hi, how are you today? Low tone of voice, very calm, gentle. They have a way of bringing us down, not down in a bad way, but like calming us. You get around a green, you're like, okay, take a deep breath. Right? And my daughter has a lot of green in her, and I'll come to her, and she also is my personal assistant. I'll be like, Gordy, are we gonna, and what about, and you, did you know? And she'll go, Mom, deep breath, deep breath. This is what you're gonna do. This is how it's gonna look. You're gonna be fine. Go. Thank you. That's what I needed. Thank you very much. All right. The question that Green asked is how? How was it done in the past? How do you want me to do that? How would you like your coffee? I would never assume you take cream and sugar. How are you today? Okay, we're reds, they don't care how you are. They just walk in the room and say, hey, you know what's going on with me? They never ask how you are. I don't care how you are. What's important is me right now. Okay? Okay, the style that you will see greens in is very comfortable, casual. Give me my yoga pants and my flip-flops, a cup of tea and a good book and leave me alone. Let's just all be at peace. Okay? All right, so the Bible character that I always think about for greens is Gideon in the book of Judges. Because if you remember, Gideon was afraid of the Midianites, so he was hiding. And he was hiding down in the wine vats. And the angel of the Lord comes to him in the wine vats, and he says, oh, valiant warrior. And Gideon's looking around like, who, what, me? No, I'm scaredy cat. But see, God, the angel, saw the green personality as a valiant warrior. So greens, they actually make the best warriors once they get off the fence. But they have a tendency to kind of sit on the fence and not make a decision, not take a side until they know that it's God calling them to do that. They need a lot of encouragement from their friends and their family. They're fleece setters, like Gideon was. They go, okay, God, I think you want me to do that, but I'm just not sure. I need confirmation. Okay, if the fleece in the morning is wet and the ground is dry, then I'll know it's you, God. Comes out, fleece wet, ground dry. Oh, God, I just need a little bit more confirmation. Let's do it again. Okay, tomorrow morning, if the ground is wet and fleece is dry or whatever I said before, the opposite, then I'll know that I'll know. Sure enough, comes out the next day, the exact opposite. He's like, oh, okay, God, so I know. And then he slays the Midianites. He wipes them all out. So greens are awesome fighters. They just have to be encouraged. Okay? They are the glue in the family, in the business, in the organization. They help everything run smooth. They like doing one thing at a time. They like things that are constant and the same because it brings them a sense of security. To get the most out of a green, make it safe. Okay? Make it safe for them. And again, Jesus was a little bit of everything. There is not one personality that is better than another personality. Don't think, oh, well, I like that personality. Don't try to walk in somebody else's personality because you're going to walk around with a limp. It's not going to fit, okay? Like if you want to try to be red, like my son, he's like me, but he wanted to be like his dad growing up. So he would try to talk like Steve and talk to his friends like him, and he would just get himself in trouble because he was like 12. And it's like, you can't get away with that. Only daddy can get away with that. It's like, you're not a red, you're yellow. But then he came off annoying because he's trying to be someone he's not. Okay, so be who you are because who you are is who God made you to be. And he loves you just the way you are. Amen?